This is a conversation you will not want to miss. I get the privilege to host the Chairlady and CEO of Kenyans in Egypt Association. This is an insurance company that works with Kenyans living and working here in Egypt. It helps them with their health, medical insurance, buying assets, savings and investments, and money transfers from Egypt to Kenya and Kenya to Egypt. Remember, this is Gulf Gist, the place where we get to have amazing conversations around Gulf, from the job opportunities to the business market, finances and investments, and any other Gulf-related stories. I'm your super host, Yvonne Katha. Welcome to this episode. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm super excited to have this conversation because, wow, I'm hosting a powerhouse today, and I don't want to talk much today on this episode. I just want to allow my guests to have our time and hope you will learn something and you'll get to know something that you don't know about the Gulf country that I'm in, that is Egypt, and about this amazing company and the importance of why you should, if you're working here, you should be registered as a member. Without further ado, allow me to allow my guest to introduce herself. Welcome, David.
Hello, Yvonne.
Hi.
Hello, viewers. My name is Jacinta Mbide Muvevi. Many people call me Jessie. That's my common name. And also, I'm Mom Africa. That's the name I've been given by foreigners around here. And I'm grateful to engage with this beautiful girl here. You know, she's like my daughter. And also to engage with you viewers. So welcome to the show.
Thank
you.
So, Jessie, please take me through the KIEA story and how it started and what it's all about.
Yvonne, you know, everything starts with one step. Yeah. Every journey. And sometimes it's just God's plans and inspiration that you just don't start from anywhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's God's purpose.
Sure.
Because I must say that, being that I was here before I started KIEA, I got arrested. I came back again. I got arrested.
Okay.
All because of the residence. You know, sometimes it's not easy to get proper papers in a foreign country.
Yeah, sure.
Let me keep that as a story for
Absolutely.
So, I started with fan page in the first place. And so the fan page, people just gave numbers, had this is a Kenyan who is here, had this. And it was like, the one forum was full, like 250.
Wow.
I started another forum. And so within these forums, you'd sometimes see some people posting that someone has been arrested, someone is in police custody, there are no in any group. Even me, I was not in any group.
Wow.
When I was arrested. So I know what it means. And you see now, nothing is as difficult as being arrested in a foreign country. You have no relative there. So the relative that you have is that Kenyan who is in that country and the embassy. So the first time I was arrested in Uganda. It's very far from Cairo to Uganda. So I had no papers. So it was straight away deportation. I don't have any chama. I don't have anyone who is near. I don't know anyone in Uganda, any Kenyan. So my friends were in Cairo. So there were no one to bring for me food. And because I had gone with my employer, but my employer was living in Cairo. So definitely they had to go back to Cairo.
And they left you there?
Yes.
In jail?
So the first day is the only day that they bought for me food. And that food I did not eat it because it was snacks. And when I entered the police custody, those other, what do we call them? The other prisoners there, let me say that, they stole it. I went to the washroom. When I come out, nothing. So I slept without any food, anything. I thought it was like the police cells in Kenya, whereby the police will bring you marangwe and cabbage or ugali. So there was nothing, no breakfast, no anything. So it's when I realized that in Egypt, you have to get food from outside. Someone has to bring food for you. They don't provide in the police custody. So when it came to a time that I cannot get it anymore, I had now to like call my embassy. Tell them to bring me food. If you cannot feed me, I'm not going to starve to death. You have to call my embassy and you have to give me an officer who can speak English. Anyway, they did.
Okay.
But they did not call the embassy, but they provided me with food until I was deported. So sometimes, Pahasa Sauti. I always say Pahasa Sauti.
Sure.
And most importantly, because of the language barrier, just ask, please kindly, let me have an officer who can speak English. That is point number one, not that. Anyway, now it was about the journey. So with that, and with that knowledge, when we started the forum, we started having some cases whereby we are getting alerts that some Kenyans have been arrested. So there was this case of one girl, I cannot remember, her name was something like Boss Chick or something, and someone went to see her and brought a report that she has sent a message that if we don't assist her to get out of that police custody, she's going to commit suicide. She's going to jump over the police cells and she's going to just commit suicide. So it really touched me. And it was not only that case, there was others. So when we started putting like a well-wisher, some people will contribute, but it took long.
Okay.
And not many. You know, when it comes to money, not everyone will be willing to give money. So I saw.
It's okay.
Sorry. I saw. It is. Yani, it doesn't make sense that we be in a forum and we are not helping each other.
Okay.
And also we have to get serious.
Yeah.
So I saw it better that we remember ourselves. So I announced one day, I said that this thing of just going with well-wisher, and we are Kenyans here, we are sisters, despite your community, despite your tribe, despite your ethnicity, we have to come together. Sure. And now because we are already together, we need a unity.
Sure.
So anyone who is interested to be in a group whereby we will be having roles of contributing, go and register yourself in a certain place. I identified there was one Kenyan, may I so rest in peace, Julie. She was working for another Ugandan lady who was having a boutique somewhere. So I approached her on phone. I had not even met her. I told her I want to direct Kenyans to come there and member themselves.
Sure.
To my surprise, that day, 50 Kenyans membered themselves. I had not even taken the book there. She even had to find somewhere to write. And by the time I arrived there with the books, she's telling me already 50 they have registered. Wow. And she was number one. So we started from there. And by the time, because I had given people 1 month period to member themselves, so that we can now set aside the forum of the serious one, and now we leave those who doesn't want to move in the fun page. By the time we put aside the forum, we were 110.
Wow.
So it was a good number, and we took off. So I had to identify what were the most challenges that we were having here in Gulf. The most challenges was the police arrest, sickness, what do I say, any arrest, sickness, death, and also death of our relatives. So I identified those issues. So after I identified the challenges, then I had to see at least how we are going to contribute towards them. And it worked. One thing I had to be like, in everything, the most important thing is do things the right way.
Sure.
Do it the way it's supposed to be done.
Sure.
And everything works.
Wow.
So that's how we started. And up to now we are over 600 members. Yeah.
Guys, that is most amazing. Funny enough, I'm a member and I never knew this story. So I'm also learning like you guys. From just a fan page to an entire association with more than 600 registered members. That is so amazing, right? So, Madam Jessie, what are some of the achievements you're so proud of as the KIEA Association?
Okay, Yvonne, the achievements that we have achieved, most importantly, actually it's taking care of those who are sick.
Sure.
We have paid a lot of bills, huge bills.
Yeah.
There is no worry for any KIEA member
in
case they fall sick.
Okay.
There is no worry. We had to ensure that at least our bills start from, like, let me say, like 20,000 Kenyan shillings.
Okay.
We pay up to even 500,000.
Sure.
So any kind of bill we pay, that is as long as it's above 20,000 Kenyan shillings, or let me say 10,000 Egyptian pounds.
Sure.
That is like $200.
Yeah.
That is number one. Two, when someone is arrested, we coordinate very well with the embassy to ensure that they get proper documentation in case they have lost their passports. And also for the embassy to know they are there in case they would want to visit. And we also ensure that those who are in custody, they get everything that they need, personal items, food, and if they are cleared for deportation, Aratur, we pay the ticket immediately. Wow. So we don't want our members to suffer in the police custody, or even to start crying to their families. Actually, you will only tell your family if you want. If you don't want, we will clear you unless you tell my family that I got arrested. Wewe ukifika Kenya utaenda kuambia familia yako Kenya kimekuleta na vile umekuja. It's not our business because we don't want our families to panic. Nothing, Yvonne, nothing is difficult or painful like being told your daughter or your son has been arrested in a foreign country. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to send money. You don't know, you cannot access, it's so frustrating. Sure. You call some parents and then they will even cry loudly, shouting like someone has died. And then you say, this
not nice.
Yes, it's not nice. So, at least we have managed that.
Yeah.
We are registered with the government of Kenya and also with the embassy of Kenya. We have notary, we registered with the foreign affairs.
Wow.
And above everything, in case a member dies here, within 7 days, we ensure that body gets back to the family because we want our families to mourn us in peace in case of death.
Yeah.
We don't want, Yvonne, I don't know how will someone heal that you've been told your relative has died in a foreign country. You have not seen them for a long time.
Sure.
You are not sure if it is true. You have not seen the body. So how will you even believe? How will you even heal? Yeah. You don't know if they have gotten a proper burial or they were thrown or they were burned and what happened. So we want to give our families at least that hope and at least a quick healing and a peaceful mourning, even if we die. Because death is there. I always tell people, don't say there is no death. If you are living and you know God, you have to know and understand that and accept that there is death one day. So we have to be ready.
Okay.
Now, the other achievements that we have achieved it is not only about
health and
death and the problems. We have investments which are optional for those who want. And for now, at least we have a property for the investors. We have a property in Kitengela. At least it is ranging between 20 million to 25 million.
Wow, that's nice.
Now. And now we have another in Makindu for a value of 5 million.
Wow.
That is what now I'm engaging members at least to buy and own something. You know, in Kenya, everywhere you can live anywhere.
Okay.
Even in Northeastern, people are there, living there, they are surviving.
Yes.
So don't say no, it is Ukambani, it is far, it is where. Now the county governments are working wonders.
Yeah.
So I'm encouraging a lot of Kenyans at least to get something. From there, once we finish the one in Makindu, we will identify another one, even if it is in the coastal region, even if it is in Murema, even if it is now in Western. And so
a project at a time.
Yes.
Which is something so nice.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the, I think if you're working and living here in Cairo, that is one of the reasons why you need to become a part of this beautiful community, the Kenyans in Egypt Association. You can't imagine like what people are doing, the investments, and you also have an insurance, so you're fully covered, which is something nice, right? So apart of course having achievements, that means there are also challenges. So what are maybe one or two challenges that you face as a company or as an association?
The biggest challenges that I have most of the time, and the most painful one, is sometimes when my papers are not proper. If I get delayment in getting my residency, renewing, it's the biggest challenge. Because I cannot visit a member who is sick. I cannot visit a member who is in police custody. And sometimes there are those who are in distress, they need to be taken to hospital. I cannot take that member even to hospital. You have to start finding and facilitating someone to do those things. And sometimes you need to be there for yourself, for these members, because it's not easy, you know. So you find that the movement is it's challenging. Another thing, hapa ndio sasa mlima inakuanga. When you want to adjust a certain contribution from 10 to 20, or from 20 to 30, that is now when you get stones as a leader. And you know now, because of events, things are changing, and because of the high cost of living, and because of seasons are changing, sometimes you find that we have to adjust. We have to go with the way things are going. But now happen to unapata sasa, yay! The cost of living is very high for everyone. Don't hard. Why? Now you find like everyone is voting no. And this is a decision you have to make. So now
it becomes so hard as a CEO to do this, because you're leading 600 people. 600 people, 350 are on yes, 300 are on no, and you need to know how to manage the situation.
You need to know how to manage. And you see now, it is now upon you to make the right decision. Because everyone will advise you. Everyone will be on their language. But by the end of it, the most important thing is to get a solution and find a way. And to also to try and make them understand. And if it is also difficult to make them understand, you have to go that I have to make this decision. It is for the betterness of all of us. It is important as it is. It has to go by that. But that time now, you'll see some others will even want to drop. Some others will be like, But let me say those are the challenges that sometimes I find. And also to condone or you need to try and sustain the members. Yeah.